Iron Trader. This is the last call of the day here. So we're going to take a look here at crude oil and at natural gas. But first of all, we're going to look at one of my favorite technology ETFs, TQQQ. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted. This video is for information purpose only, not a recommendation to buy, sell, stock, or ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have the ETF TQQQ. Now, I can also trade QQQ, but I like this one here. It's got a little bit more juice to it. Now, this has everything in it, but your big three that's most heavily weighted in here is, first of all, is Apple, and then you have Microsoft, and then you have NVIDIA. Those are the top three holdings inside this ETF. But this has everything also in it. It also has Google and Netflix, and it has Tesla in there, it has Costco, and it has Amazon. So this is the whole 9 yards. Plus it pays about a 1% dividend. Okay, but this is one of my favorite trades because it's a nice sweet basket of everything in there. Okay, now NVIDIA has a really solid trade today. You're up there about 3.5% over 4 points here. It was a great buying opportunity at 131.58. I didn't get it. I didn't get that. I bought in there at 132, and now we're sitting at 136.25. So we're really good. But again, this one here, this is a really good play here because it's a nice basket. Unless you don't want to pay, buy each individual stock. Okay, so let's take a look at this here, okay? So what we want to do is we want to watch that upside here, okay? So you want to watch that 73.46. If we can get above all that there, then we'll come over here at the top of this candle. You're looking at 74.80. Then we always look to the left of the chart. You're looking at 75.07. Then we'll look to the top of yesterday's candle at 76.65. And then we have that 76.82 right there on the top there. Very nicely. Now, on the downside here, well, you want to watch that 21-day. That's very key, 71.72. And then we want to take a look here at 69.37. And then we have your 77.72, which is your 50-day. Right below that, we have your price channel going on here. You're sitting at 65.39, and then 63.35 is your 200-day. But you can see here what we have here. Even though on a pullback, this is a buying opportunity here because you have a low, we have a higher low, and now we can see even if you pull right down to this level here at that 65.39 level, and you're still going to have a nice higher low situation. As long as we hold this 200-day, you're looking very good. Okay, so you can see the Nasdaq here. I mean, the weekly chart, I should say here. When we look at this here, as long as you're holding this 21-day and this 8-day, we're looking very good because we have a nice big target up here of 85.20. Now, again, if we can crack that 76.82 level here, well, then we come right up to this gap right here. Okay, see this? You got 77.57. We look to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 79.74, and then we have that big retest up there at 85.20. But I say, if you want to trade a nice sweet basket of all that good technology here, which I think is the future, this is a good way to trade, plus it pays a small dividend. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natural gas. Okay, crude oil here, daily chart, natural gas. Now, I just want to apologize there. I forgot that Monday was a holiday. Okay, it was Columbus Day and Indigenous Day here in the United States, and that's why we didn't have the API yesterday or the EIA report here today. But today, after the close, we should have the API report there at 4:30, and then tomorrow on Thursday we'll have the EIA report for crude at 11 o'clock, and for natural gas, the EIA report will be out at 10:30, and then we have a rig count there on Friday. Okay, you can see this is kind of like a whole lot of nothing burger here. Now, we just made a little bit lower low yesterday. Then yesterday we had 61.971, and today we had 69.64. But this is what we're looking at for the support level at the top of that candle, 67.57. You can see where it's holding that here so far. Okay, now again, if that's lost here, then we're going to come to the top here. You're going to be looking at 68.65, and then we just follow it down, 67.57. 67.06, and then we have right here 66.95, and then we'll come down to your retest here at 66.33, and then there's your big boy sitting at 67.25. I don't like this. See how this green is crossing over that red? That's very bearish situation. But you want to watch those futures at 6 o'clock. So then what you really want to do is you just want to watch today's high 71.31 and that low at 69.64. That's what you're trading against. Now again, if you can get above that, then we'll come up to this 21-day that's sitting at 71.76. We'll go to this 50-day at 72.56, and then 73.62 is your 8-day. We keep on rising. You have 75.08. We have 75.79, 77.33, and then we look at that price channel at 77.46. which is basically just the top of that candle, okay? But right now, this is a bearish chart. This here was that war and hurricane premium. The hurricane didn't really cause any kind of disruption. The war so far, they said they're not going to attack any kind of oil facilities. Now, that might be their card that they're holding, their ace card that they're holding, that might come down fruition down the road. We just don't know that right now, okay? But in any kind of retaliation, they're not looking at hitting any kind of oil facility. So we got to see how that's all going to shake out. So realistically now, seasonality here, what you really want to watch is just watch today's low. That's at 69.64. If that's lost, we'll follow these candles down, get a big retest down here and possibly down there, okay? Now, natural gas here, well, you can just see here, this is just all the way down. You blew through the 100-day. You blew through that 50-day. I scalped it the first time. I got 2 points, and then I scalped it again, and I got another 1.5 out of there. So I got 3.5 points today out of the KOLD on the short side here. So again, this was a tell for me right here. When you have this big red candle, we were looking for that 3. We came up there a little bit higher, but it could not hold it, and then she came all the way down. So I sold my shares from there. The next day, I sold my shares that I bought added onto there, because this is once you blow that 8-day, that's the total kiss of death here. Okay, so this is what we're looking for here now. Obviously, you couldn't hold a 21-day. Your 8-day now has crossed over your 21-day. This is completely bearish chart right here going on. Okay, look at your RSI, but you're not in oversold conditions. You're only sitting at 40. You're green over your red. That's a complete disaster. That's what I was pointing out here. This goes lower here, and this is what happens. This is what happens, and this price could come all the way down here very easily. Okay, so now what you want to do is you really want to watch this today's candle. The high was 2.49. The low was 2.35 here. But on the upside here, you get this is now becomes resistance. You're looking at 2.38. That 100-day 2.42. And then we can look at today's high at 2.49. We look at yesterday's high, 2.55, and then right here, your 8-day clears a bell, 2.59. That's going to be huge resistance. Right above it is 21-day resistance. So you're going to need a huge catalyst here to get this bad boy right on up here. But for me, just the scalping of the KOLD has been a huge profit maker here all the way since this candle right here. Okay, so I didn't short it here, but once I sold all my positions here, then I just been shorting this thing here every day, kind of a situation here. So now what we're looking for next is we're looking obviously for today's low, 2.35, and then we'll come right to the bottom of this candle, 2.31, and then we're going to look here to that 2.25 level, and then right here at 2.2. Now, I didn't scalp any long. I didn't see anything in UNG here that would make me go long here today at all. This just looks lower until we get some kind of reversal candle, okay? So what we're looking for is a higher low. We're looking for a double bottom. We're looking for like a red dog situation where it comes down, gets everybody sucked in, and then it takes right back off again. We're looking for something on that kind of an order. Nothing like that. Okay, so a candle like this is a perfect red dog right here, where you say, okay, it's selling down, but it came down, held it, and then she just zoomed right up nicely here. Right now, we don't have that. We just have a big ass red candle, and it just looks like we're going to head for that 200-day and possibly even lower, all the way down to that price channel down to 2.22. Okay, so right now I have no position in natural gas. I'm trading this just on the short side, just scalping it every day for cash flow. Okay, so I got 3.5 points out of the KOLD today. That was really good trading, I think, into natural gas. Crude oil here, I'm still just short on crude oil. I don't see any sense where this is going to say run up here. The only way it's going to run up here is if we get some kind of a war situation that'll send it up much higher. Hurricane season here is pretty much done for the year, and this looks like seasonality is not in favor. So this is not looking good at all. Okay, so I mean, I'm bearish here. I'm scalping this here on the short side until we can get something going. Okay, I'll be back for you here tomorrow, 7 o'clock or so, right in that area. So remember, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.